up YouTube video. Today we got Badkid, Krissy. Let them know where you from, your age, and give them a background story you came up.
I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm 15, born June 16th, 2006, and I came up basically, y'all could say from the twins, because I wasn't really supposed to be a bad kid. I just ended up going with them the day that they went to Mac's house, so that's how that all happened.
So how did you become a bad? How did you become one?
Oh, so basically the twins had went over there to do a video with Jay and Dee Dee, and I just happened to be there, and then Mac was just like, okay, you get in the video too, and then that's just how it all happened.
Was you expecting that?
No, because I look crazy. I didn't want to be in the video in the first place. So I just wanted to be there.
That was your first time meeting him?
Yeah.
So
we met Ronick first.
Yeah. So what was the video? What was the video about that made you get in, and what was your role?
It was like basically the twins dating Dee Dee and Jay, like they were meeting each other for the first time, and then they put me on with Talon, and that was my role. I was supposed to be like Talon's crush, or he was my crush, or something like that, because they knew that we knew each other.
Yeah,
before
he said I've been going to school since middle school.
Yeah.
So how did you go? Like, did you do good? Did you bad? You were shy, scared?
I was so shy. Oh my god, it was bad. You could tell.
So like, what was you doing like wrong? Like, what you think?
I was just standing there looking like. When they would like move the camera around, I'd just be standing there, just looking. It would be so embarrassing. I would watch it, and it's like kind of weird, because I don't do that anymore. Yeah. But when I first got on there, it was bad.
Was there like, that's how everybody else, did everybody else notice that just like that? Or you just noticed what you was doing wrong? Like, did Mike like, oh, you shy? Or he knew?
Yeah, Mac noticed the first couple times, but then it got better. So then, yeah.
Yeah. So like, how was it feel to meet Mike? Was y'all a fan of Badkids, like, or a fan of Mike? Like, was y'all watching him? Or
I used to watch. Well, I watched Mac before we became Badkids. Like, I would watch his old videos every now and then. But like a couple years back, I used to watch him all the time. But then I stopped. But I don't know why. And then I picked back up right before we.
So it was like, we couldn't go to Mike's house. Like, what was you like?
I was happy, but I didn't want to make it seem like I was a fan. So I was like, okay. I was just chilling. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So like, what was you doing before you was a bad kid? Like,
before I was a bad kid, it was mainly basketball and piano.
So how was basketball?
I'm good.
You good? Mm-hmm. Like, what was one of your best games? Like,
best games, like stat.
Yeah, stat or something that you did, like everybody.
Stats, probably 21, 8, and 11. I think that was my best game.
What was one of your worst games you just did terrible? What was that?
It's a couple of those.
What was the worst one? Like, you just like, I did
like,
terrible.
Stats wise, it was one game I got 0 points because I was like, it was my first. I wasn't playing with varsity, but we were doing fall ball, and they just told me to play with them. So I was playing with all the varsity players, and I was kind of like nervous. Yeah. So I was just running around the court looking real lost, because I was. It was my first time, but yeah, that was my worst game.
That's crazy. So like, what made you want to play basketball?
I didn't really, like, basketball was never in my path. It just kind of happened. I just picked up a ball, and then I started playing.
So what was the first time your first time signing up or getting on the team?
First time being on the team was in 3rd grade, but I started playing in 1st grade.
You still play?
Mm-hmm.
So like, how would they treat you on a team before how they was treat you on a team before you was a bad kid? Like?
No, when I got on the team, I was already a bad kid.
Oh, so how they treat you being on a basketball team as a bad kid? Like,
some of them, they would like. I could hear them on the side talking about it, but they wouldn't come to me and say it, because I feel like they would think that was weird, which it is kind of. Yeah. Like, you don't approach me and just say stuff. That's weird to me. But other people, they just be like, oh, you famous, you a bad kid, or stuff like that. They'll be like, bad kid Krissy. I don't hate it, but I don't like that. That's just so.
Why you don't like it?
Because it's like, the only reason they interact with me is because I'm a bad kid. That's what I feel like sometimes. But other than that.
That's crazy. So like, how do the coach treat you? Like,
the coaches like me when I'm doing good.
When you're not doing good?
Well, when I'm not doing good, they don't like dislike me. They just like kind of lay back.
Yeah. So like, how do the fans, like, how do your opponents treat you knowing you're a bad kid? Do they be like, oh, you're a bad kid in the game? Like,
a couple people did do
what
that.
What would they
They'd be like, oh my God, is that? And then I catch them, and then I kind of look away.
For
like
real?
I didn't see them. Or some people would come up to me come up to me and be like, "Can I have a picture?" A couple people did that during the season. That
For
was
real?
so embarrassing. Cause I'm not photogenic. I don't like taking pictures and all that. Well, I kind of am now, but before, no. You ask me for a picture, we don't have to go somewhere private. I don't want to take a picture in front of all them people.
Oh my god, that's crazy. So like, what about the coaches and refs? Like, do they know you famous?
Not the refs. A couple coaches knew me, but not. I don't think the refs did. Cause they
How
never
did your
said
coach
anything.
treat you? Knowing you like how did your coach treat you?
Him,
You don't really care.
his son watches Funny Mike, so he was just like, "Oh, my son wants you to follow him on Instagram," stuff like that. It's weird, but
Like, how do the fans treat you in public? Like, what's
The
up?
fans?
Yeah, like what they be doing? Like,
they'll just come up and ask for a picture, or some of them will just stare
for real?
and then act like we can't see them.
What was one of the craziest thing a fan did? Like, or you seen or something happen?
Seen or it happened to
Oh,
me.
something weird or something that happened.
I just seen a fan like they were following us, like they didn't think that we knew.
Who y'all was it?
We was at the Galleria and these fans just kept following us. They was like from a distance, so they tried to make you like not noticeable. But every time we turned somewhere, they turned. So
Did y'all stop them? Like, yeah.
they eventually just stopped.
Oh, they just
We was
stopped.
looking at them because like we were in a store and they was in that same store, so we just looking at them like this, like move. We ain't say nothing because that's rude, but yeah,
Did you expect to be a bad kid?
no.
How does that make you feel being a bad kid? Like, you like.
When I first became a
You used to
bad
watch
kid-
them?
Yeah. So when I first became a bad kid, it was kind of like hard to believe because you know a lot of kids be like, "Oh, I want to be a bad kid," and then when you finally become one, it's like it's different. First, I was kind of embarrassed because the way I got on the video for people to know I'm a bad kid, I was looking so rough. Oh my god! But besides the embarrassment, it was like fun and exciting.
So like, what about the piano thing? How did you start playing the piano?
I just asked to take piano lessons in like 2nd grade, 1st grade.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. Like, how was it when you first started? How was it like?
When I first started, it wasn't really hard because we were doing simple stuff. And then once I got a little older, I kind of took a break. So I'm not as good as I used to be, but I can still do something on the piano.
That's crazy. So like, who else you know do pianos? Like, are you the only one in the family do pianos?
Yeah, that I know of.
So how long does it take you to learn how to do it? Like,
This girl, hold on. Answer. Is this
Yeah,
okay?
you can.
Okay. Hello? No, they still here. We in the middle of an interview. No, you don't have to do it, but they just said they would like to interview y'all. They said, can y'all do it another day?
yeah, like which day?
Which day?
Like, we come back tomorrow or?
She said tomorrow.
Yeah, we come back tomorrow.
Yeah, they said they can come back tomorrow. All right. Bye. Okay, so what was the question?
We was talking about how hard is it to learn the piano.
Of course, when you first start off, it's kind of hard because you got to learn all the notes and all the measures and all like stuff like that, vocabulary.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And you want to learn it 1st and 2nd grade?
Cause I always had a love for music. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I also used to play the drums. I still know how to play, but I don't play anymore. Like I just play piano.
So like, what's the first step they teach you? Like,
And my first couple lessons was hand placement, like how you supposed to have your keys and how you supposed to sit and all that.
you gotta
And then-
sit a certain way too.
You don't have. I don't sit a certain way. That's just how they taught me. I still sit however I want to sit.
So like, what? You said it's like an alphabet or something, numbers.
Oh yeah, it goes from A to G, I think. Yeah. And the keys. C, D, E, F, G, A.
How you know
B,
that?
C. Cause I've been doing it for so long. I could just like point the keys out.
What? That's crazy. So like, how was it? What kind of kid you was in school? Like before you was a bad kid, what kind of kid you was?
I wouldn't say I was known or popular. I just like knew a lot of people, and it was like I was just a laid back person. I was kind of mean, I guess, but I had a lot of friends, so I was just like it was cool.
So like, what kind of grades you had? Like you had good grades, bad grades,
Sheesh.
okay
I
grades.
didn't have bad grades. But I ain't have good grades either because I don't like to do my work. That's not a good thing, but at least I'm being honest.
Yeah. What I do, like, I didn't cheat the whole way, but most of it I cheated like the whole way through school.
Last year, cheat the whole way.
Yeah, like my last year of high school, I didn't do no work. I didn't go to school, I didn't do no work. Somebody did all my work. But I didn't have a lot of classes. I had 4 classes that was the same, so like if I did work in those 2 classes, the next time I go back to class, I didn't do no work. So.
Oh yeah, as a senior?
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that. My sisters got that too.
For real?
Well, I think they got their schedule changed, but when we first started, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't do no work. Like COVID kind of helped everybody, like especially when it first hit, like they passed everybody with.
No, virtual was the best in my opinion, because on the test, I could just look up the answers
everything.
and they wouldn't know.
I don't even think we took. I don't even know. Somebody did my work. I don't even know. For real, I don't even know what we did. Like, it's so crazy. Because then when I went to graduation, it didn't even feel like I graduated high school. It was just like, I went to an event and I went home. Like, I didn't feel like I worked. Yeah, like, I swear to God. Like,
what school did y'all go to?
We from Louisiana. We not from down
here. I think y'all from down here.
No, we from
Y'all don't sound like it.
No, we don't sound like it? You saw we from down here?
Yeah.
No, we from Louisiana. I swear to God, like, I didn't feel like I accomplished nothing. I was like, I don't know, it was weird. But what grade you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Oh, you're in 10th grade? So how do they treat you now that they know you're a bad kid? Like, how do they treat you at school?
Everybody's nice to me. Everybody was always nice to me because it was like no reason. I don't do drama. I don't do none of that. So everybody's just nice to me. But now it's like a lot more people are nice to me. Like people I never spoke to, people I know of and they know of me, they act like we friends.
Really?
Like we met a couple times, like a couple years back, and then now we friends.
That's crazy.
I don't do that. I don't.